I've been using this exact same Logitech Craft keyboard for years now. And don't get me wrong, as lovely as it is to use and as useful as the creative control dial on the top corner of this keyboard is, it is really hard for me to recommend it to people. And that's because even after almost 9 years of being on the market, this keyboard is still priced at over 250 Canadian dollars. However, if you're building a home office desk setup for the first time, or you're looking to buy a new PC or Mac, such as the Mac Studio, that doesn't include a keyboard in the box with it, then I've got an awesome keyboard here today that you should consider taking a look at for your desk setup. This is the BK10 minimalist keyboard from iClever, and while this Bluetooth keyboard might be extremely cost effective, it definitely does not sacrifice on its features or build quality. Let me tell you all about it. First, the BK10 is a full-size keyboard, which means it has a full number pad on the right-hand side, as well as a nice array of function keys along the top. It pairs via Bluetooth, and it's got an internal 280 milliamp hour battery that should last about 45 days of continuous use, or up to 90 days on standby on a single charge, which is done via USB. It includes a USB-C cable in the box, which is great. Now the BK10 keyboard that I have here is finished in iClever's gray and black color scheme, but there's 5 different finishes available to fit your particular desk setup aesthetic, including an all black version, which is pretty rad looking, and even a pink and white version if you're looking for something a little bit more unique. Maybe you're into gaming or streaming and you've got a pink setup, it might work for you. Regardless of the color scheme you pick, all BK10 keyboards have a stainless steel and high-grade plastic frame that makes it super durable, and it feels really good in the hands. But it doesn't just feel good when you're holding it, it feels good to type on as well, which of course is the most important thing for a keyboard. It has a permanent 10-degree angle to it, which feels more natural for hand placement and is far more ergonomic than you might get with other keyboards out there, such as the Magic Keyboard from Apple. Those things are flat as a board, and I can tell you, because I did own one for a period of time, those keyboards really do strain your hands after a long typing session. Now the keys on the BK10 are low profile, and they have a scissor mechanism, which makes them extremely smooth and responsive and comfortable, and also fairly quiet to type on. And the underside of the keyboard, which is finished in matte black and looks pretty sharp, is fitted with a bunch of anti-slip feet that keep the keyboard stable while you're using it. You can definitely apply some pressure when you're typing away on this keyboard. It doesn't slide it around at all. It's great. And despite the low profile design of these keys, I still feel it produces a pretty nice satisfying click while you type on it, which I think every good keyboard should do. So the build is great, the typing experience is nice, but the most unique feature on this keyboard, which is present on the Craft keyboard I have, but again, much higher price point, is that the BK10 actually supports multi-device connectivity right out of the box. On the right-hand side, above the number pad, the BK10 has 3 connection swap buttons, which allow you to pair and switch back and forth between up to 3 different devices on your desk at any time. No additional software or drivers required whatsoever in order to do this. This functionality is perfect for anyone looking to create a more minimalist desk setup that has, say, a laptop or an iPad in it, like I do. The BK10 can even pair to iPhone or Android devices if you have one, or a PC running Windows. And the function keys on the keyboard automatically adapt and remap to whatever device or OS it happens to be paired to, so this makes the process of switching from one to the other completely seamless and dead easy to do. I've paired it successfully to my MacBook, my iPhone, my iPad, and even my minimal MP01 phone. No problems at all. This keyboard handles it all gracefully, easily, and without any problems whatsoever. But the best feature for me out of any of these is that the iClever BK10 keyboard does all this for under 50 Canadian dollars or less if you're in the US. That is more than 1/5 the price of the Logitech Craft, and the only thing other than that creative dial that the Craft does that the BK10 cannot is that it has a backlight on the keys. However, let me put it to you this way. With the $200 or more that you would save choosing a BK10 for your desk setup over, say, a Logitech Craft or some other comparable keyboards in this model range, You could buy a very nice desk light to compensate for the fact that there's no backlight on the BK10. Or you could buy a Loupedeck Live S to give you all the additional control knobs and some different functions that the Craft's Creative Dial offers and more. Or you could buy a mouse, say an MX Master 3 like I have here, to complete your new desk setup. iClever also happens to sell some mice, so if you want to check those out, I'll link them below for you to check out. Or you could buy a semi-decent monitor for under 200 bucks to really complete your setup with. 200 bucks in this day and age goes a long way in terms of tech. So spending it all just on the keyboard, if you really don't need to, doesn't make any sense. And that's why, all in all, I feel like the BK10 from iClever offers incredible value for the money and is definitely worth taking a look at. It's got a great typing feel, it's very comfortable in the hands, very ergonomically well designed. It can control multiple devices, which makes managing different devices on your desk setup simultaneously from one piece of equipment super simple and straightforward to do. It has a long battery life, again, about 45 days of continuous use, which is more than adequate, I feel, for most people. And when you need to, it's got USB-C for a modern charging experience, and it has probably one of the best price points for a keyboard with this much functionality and this level of fit and finish that I've seen in quite some time. If you want to check out the BK10 from iClever, I'll leave it down at the top of the video description below. Thank you to iClever for sending this keyboard over for me to check out. They did send me this product for free, but had no input on what I said about it, how I tested it, or how I used it with my devices in my desk setup. I just feel like this is a lot of functionality for a really strong price point. And as much as I do love that Logitech Craft keyboard I have, like I said, it is very difficult to recommend someone to buy a $200+ keyboard. All you need it for really is typing, and there's so many other things that you can do with the money you save buying a keyboard like the BK10 to really complete and make your desk setup go to the next level. But as always, what do you guys think? Let's have a conversation about the BK10 keyboard down in the comments below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you want one? Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you again soon in the next one.